Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. I think that says bullet, it says robot. And you know what? I don't know why the word robot looks like bullet when it comes up to the small OBS preview program window, but I'll play as the robot. I love the robot. Robot's fantastic. He's a fun character. He's a risky character, but you know what I always say? Wow, it's incredibly loud. Hold on. But I'm playing at the correct screen resolution, so it's probably on my end. Yeah, I had the volume up to 16 instead of 14. Minor difference, but I gotta hear myself talk. I've been doing this for a while, this being the whole like talking while playing video games at the same time thing. I've tried it with both full-on cup over-the-ear headphones, and I've tried it with earphones that just kind of sit on top of the ear, so they don't actually provide any like complete seal around the ear. And I always do my recordings with those types of earphones that just sit on your ear and they don't actually fully encompass your ear, because when I find that when I'm using proper quality headphones and they have the giant suction cups, I have a hard time hearing myself. It just sounds like I'm mumbling because I can't hear what I'm actually saying. So it kind of sounds like this, and I don't know if I'm like smacking or properly enunciating. I find myself mumbling more when I have proper earphones because I can't hear myself talk. I like hearing myself talk when I'm talking. That's an interesting one, though. I hate listening to myself talk, but I like hearing myself talk while I'm talking. But yeah, there you go. In case anyone was wondering what brand of headphones I use, they were about $4 from Amazon, and they always break, so I bought like 3 of them last time I bought them because I'll probably need a replacement set. No, seriously, these things were about like $4, and I've got 2 of them. I also have a a nice pair, well, it's not a nice pair, but my only pair of Bluetooth earbuds that I use whenever I'm just kind of out and about and I want to listen to whatever the hell I want to listen to. One of them went out and it stopped like connecting. I couldn't tell what the problem was, but I couldn't hear anything in the earpieces, so I actually took them apart. And I can tell that one of the wires was just broken. I don't know why it happened, but in theory, I could repair them. I just need like a soldering set, but I'm really bad at soldering and I don't have a soldering set, so I need someone who's good at soldering to come fix my earphones. I've already done the hard part of taking them apart. I just need to find someone who can, you know, solder 2 wires together. Well, I gotta actually get like a new wire, but... just really, really tiny electronics. But I want to get a new set of earphones so I can, or earbuds, so I can listen when I'm out and about, but the ones that I have are perfectly fine as long as I can get them fixed and like get a small piece of wire just soldered into place so it actually like provides the actual speaker signal or whatever. But I don't know how to do that, bud. No, walk on to the electricity, please. I hate having used both of my blanks immediately on this fight, but I think I got myself into a bad situation, and now we're good. Okay. Mr. Bulletkin, you're really fat. You think you're so special, but you're not really all that. You're a fat bulletkin. I killed your twin. Put it on your Amazon wish list. I bet someone will help you out. No, I need someone to buy me more coffee first. I should put that on my Amazon wish list. Oh, okay, well, we are done with the floor. We have to buy a key to leave, and that's about it. That's all she wrote. What a fantastic fun floor. You know what? Let's go for some junk. Did we get junk on, well, I mean, we probably got junk on the last run. Did we get junkin' on the last run? There was one run recently, and I forget what run it was, where we did get Junkin near the end of it, I think. Wow, no way of opening that, huh? All right, well, fair enough. But I forgot if it was last run or not. Because I don't know if the game's differentiator makes it so that if you pick up Junkin, you can't get it from breaking a chest on the future run. I don't know. Got it from a black chest, says Verdacula. You know what? That rings a bell. That absolutely rings a bell. But was it last run? I don't remember. But that's an interesting question I have, is whether or not... Thanks, perfect timing. Whether or not the game's differentiator works with Junkin from a broken chest. That's a question I've never even thought of before. I probably thought of it. I've thought of a lot of Gungeon-related things, let's be honest. Abe, can I put something on your Amazon wish list, says Mud? You cannot put a 50-gallon drum of oil on my wish list. People will start asking questions. I rarely need more than 5 at a time, let's be honest. I'm not that horny. The better player says I'm wired in. What I'm wearing right now is absolutely wired in. These are my streaming headset phones, where I just sit them on top of my ear and I can hear myself talk, but I can also hear the game. It's a perfect balance, I think. But yeah, whenever I'm out and about, I use my Bluetooth earbuds. Although right now I'm just using one of them. I just have one of them in my ear and the other one's in my pocket because it doesn't work. It turns on and off. Like, the electronics work fine. It's just literally one wire that needs to get swapped out and replaced with something else. I think how it broke was the earbud itself kind of turns a little bit so that it fits comfortably in your ear, and I think it just turned too much in one direction, maybe like rattling around in my pocket or something, and then it just like twisted the wire around itself and then broke it. Very weird. Pop, 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 pop. Let's, getting Junkin for your first time is more likely than your subsequent findings, says Ash Ketchup. That is, I think, correct, right? Do you have to unlock Junkin in this game, or is he unlocked normally at all times? Because if he's unlocked at all times, then that means you could get him very early on in your experience, right? That sounds about right. Who the frick knows, though? Who the hell knows? Will this create ice? It does. That's scary. I mean, I have to ask because not all weapons that freeze create ice. Like, if you have the snowballer, that doesn't create ice. Ah, but the cold 45, you know, it's cold. It's not snowy, it's cold. That means it creates ice. One of them literally has the word snow in the name and it's already frozen. The other one just says, it's cold. Dun, 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 dun. Soldering teeny tiny wires sucks, says JMC. That means you're gonna do it, right? Can I mail you my earbud and have you fix it? I don't like just buying new electronics when something breaks. I like fixing stuff, you know? I'm bad at it, but I like doing it, I guess. I like the idea of doing it, I just don't like doing it myself. You know what? What I really should be doing then is going to like a local electronics repair store and say, hey, can you solder a new wire here and here? I've already opened it up. Can you just like spend 30 seconds and do it and I'll pay you like $5? You know what? That's actually not a bad idea now that I think about it. Like, hey, I literally just need you to resolder like 2 wires. Can you do that for me? Yeah, I just want someone else to fix it. Can someone else fix all the problems in my life? Better Player says, I feel like a black market on this run. You know, we might get enough money to make a black market work. I would love a black market on any run. Hopefully on this run I don't completely ruin it by buying a cursed item in the shop and then having LJ ruin everything. Ruin my life, LJ. You ruined my life. I think we'll get there in time. I did forget that I could use the, wow, no HP from that. Oh, but you get money, don't you? I completely forgot that I could have used my coolant on that, but I figured we could make it back in time. But that's like, that's a trash tier item, let's be honest. I feel let down, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Left down tonight. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Doo-doo, doo-doo, just a little bit. Just feel like this blob tonight. Bloated and alone. Oh, we have fun here on warm-up Rungeon. I was gonna say Monday, but it's not Monday, and it's more like every day, isn't it? Isn't that right? All right, now that the cold has no effect on him anymore, I am just gonna switch over to the Gunther again, just for the ammo. By the way, we have Gunther. In case you're only listening to this run, you're not actually watching it. You're smart, though. You would have figured it out. You would have been like, that gun, it sounds familiar. There's only like 3 guns in the game that have that sound effect applied to it. Well, orange guanstone. It's something. It's very orange, too. I'm just gonna buy a, just gonna buy an amulet. Every time we get hit now, we'll just create frost. That seems pretty good. And then we'll get the heck out of here. Grab the old crests, don't forget it this time. What does soldering mean? Ask bubonic lettuce. Mud has filled you in for sure, but in case anyone else is curious, soldering means you, it's usually used in electronics. You have a couple of wires or contacts that you need to attach and keep them in place. You solder, which applies a little bit of metal, usually like a tin, and melts it. The wires stick together, it cools, it hardens, and then you have a soldering. You've just connected two pieces of electrical equipment together using a conductive metal that has melted and cooled in place. Not bad for a jerk. Ash Ketchup says, I'm grinding rainbow runs right now, so I'm just listening. I haven't had a rainbow chest in so long. Rainbow chest, glitch chest. I feel like, well, if you feel like this is a black market run, I feel like we're on the cusp. Maybe not this run, maybe not next run, but I feel like within a week, I'm gonna have a special chest of some repute. It's gonna happen. You can mark my words on it. At some point within like a week, we're gonna get it. Top-notch work. I think that means we have homing shots now. You mother freaking... I couldn't see where I was going. His text was still on the screen. That's what I'm gonna, that's the blame I'm gonna put on this, by the way. I'm just gonna say his text was on the screen. How many times do I like have like a no-hit run, or I've got the old crest and I freaking lose it because I just walk into a gosh darned pit. It's like every freaking time. At least Gunther's not like Polaris. It should be. Like if you fall into a pit, he should say, how embarrassing, and then go down a level. But it should only be for embarrassing moments. Like, if you get hit by a bulletkin, he should say, really, a bulletkin? He should mock you for the simple things that you do wrong. James, he says, Amulet of the Pit Lord is I should probably get this item. I never get it, even though I probably should. I was gonna say, how did that not break that damn thing yet? Anyways, Gunther is like really good as a gun. And Crest has a special secret effect where pits have magnets in them for the robot. Honestly, that should just be an effect of the crest. Like, you know what? The crest should just make it so that while you're holding it, all enemy bullets slightly curve towards you. Would people love that idea or would they hate that idea? I don't know, but I love that idea. Really? All right, well. Also, we should have probably bought this instead of breaking the chest, but whatever. Ligmaze asks, what do you call it in English when you drink wine with bubbly water? Milt Thompson says a spritz. Is that what that is? Wine with bubbly water. I mean, I'll take either, really. You got some bubbly water? You got some bubbles? You got some of those bubbles? I feel like the only reason why that question was asked is because someone's playing like a crossword. Bubbly wine. 6 letters. My favorite crossword troll is, wasn't there I think there was like a New York Times crossword joke. I don't know what happened there. At one point where one of the solutions to the answer was 8 letters long, and it like had an S, an A, and a T in it or something like that. And you could either have the answer be Star Trek or Star Wars, depending on other answers, and it was all still accurate. So it was like the better of the 2 space operas, Star Trek or Star Wars. And then, depending on other solutions you could have in the crossword, you could have it, either one be accurate. And I think that was a pretty nice, clever little troll. Not like I ever play Crossroads. Crosswords. That it exploits my one weakness. And by one weakness, I mean 2. I'm bad with words, and I'm also bad with Trivial Pursuit-esque facts. If you're doing bar room trivia, you might as well just, put me on the enemy team, okay? What's great is that I'll actually try, and so it won't seem like won't seem like we're cheating. I'll try my best. My best, though, is not good enough. Does Gunther reveal secret walls? Nope, no infinite ammo gun in this game currently reveals secret walls. They used to. In particular, there was a bug I know with the blasphemy. It used to show you secret walls if you hit with the sword swing. They fixed that a long time ago, though. Excuse me. Go Team Gungeon. Okay, I'll take these Guan stones and then I'll drop them 2 seconds from now when I fall into a hole and die. No drops. Well, at the very least, we're getting through this floor like relatively quickly. I mean, 2nd floor Gunther. That's probably speed run worthy, right? I just walked him. Well, okay. I told you I would ruin those Guan stones. I just didn't see the bullet because he went down into a hole in the ground, and I thought out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Oh my god. Oh my God. Yeah, where's Gun Gaming? Did I forget about Gun Gaming on the last floor? I probably forgot about Gun Gaming. Ugh, every goddamn time. How long is your list of custom things you want to add to Gungeon? It's, the customs thing list is, well, that's a great dodge. I don't know why I'm never just like underneath this boss like you should be. The custom list is like 80 items in like 14 different notepad files on my desktop. So in other words, who the heck knows? So the idea here is that maybe this will kill the claymores before they reach me. I don't know. Dun 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 dun. Anyways, that was a good floor. Other than, you know, taking a lot of stupid damage. Let's go buy a key, and you know what? Screw it. There's a green chest behind a locked grate. Let's see what's behind it. Dude, one of these days I'll use my blanks on the fight against that boss, and then not actually lose all of my HP ever. One day, but that day is not today apparently. Sure, let's go. I love this room when you start from this doorway. You just walk into the room and kill that Summomancer before you can do anything. I feel bad for the guy, like he doesn't even get a freaking chance. Where are you? I can't see you. I'm just guessing here, buddy. Little target selection there. I don't want to get telefragged. Well, speaking of target selection, where are you? Go Team Gungeon! Shut up! No one cares what you think, Gunther. Sollywall, welcome. Do you have any tips on beating Enter the Gungeon? Ah, it's our daily request for tips. Get good scrub. That's a good one. Oh, I'm a son of a gun, aren't I? Ah. Poor Gunther just being happy. Shut up, Gunther! Let's see, Gungeon tips, Gungeon tips, Gungeon tips. Learn enemy patterns and dodge correctly. Don't get hit by bullets. Blank early on the Kill Pillars fight. Get Gunther early in your run. That helps. That helps a lot. If I have to give you any tips for playing as a robot, it's get Gunther on your first floor and then just use that for the whole game. That's a you know, out of all seriousness, that's a pretty good tip. People might incorrectly think that Gunther's not a good weapon. Here's a tip. When Gunther says jealous weapon, there's no actual mechanic regarding that. The only mechanic is Gunther's good and you should always be using Gunther and nothing else. So really it's more of a it's trying to give you a tip. The tip is don't use any other guns than Gunther. Dun 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 dun. Fredacula says prioritize veteran enemies or other enemies that lead their shots. You know that okay, this is interesting. That leads into something though, Fredacula. I would say every room has specific enemies on it. Like the room enemies, the reinforcements, the order that they spawn in. Usually this stuff is set. after a while, you start to get into a pattern of how you want to deal with rooms and situations. Sometimes you do want to deal with the veteran bulletkins first, the ones with the eye patch, the ones that lead their shots. Sometimes you want to deal with them last because there's an easier target to kill, or you can just run away from them. It does vary, but that is a good piece of advice. You know, if an enemy is easy, maybe you just ignore him and deal with something a little bit harder. Friendship Daruma, it's all trash, it's all trash. The thing is, like, in all honesty, it all just varies. There's so many different rooms in this game. In some rooms, you have to pay attention to which enemy is spawning first and when to kill them. You know, a good example of this? There's one room in Bullet Hell, okay? It's a room that spawns with 3 of the blood blobulons, the bloodulons, the ones that kind of just like expand and then explode. And then there's one agonizer in the center. That's the big stone mask that just screams bullets. That's a good example of this because the reinforcement wave for that room is 3 hell bulletkins. They spit like curvy triple bullets, and then 1 shot grubber. The shot grubber always spawns last in that room. So you'll see me in that room. I ignore the hell bulletkins when they spawn, and I look for whoever's spawning last, and I kill him first, because I know the order of the enemies, how they spawn in that room, the mechanics behind it, and I know that if I kill that shot grubber first, I only have 3 normal dudes that are pretty easy to kill remaining. So that's one of those situations where if you know what's spawning and when and where, you can work around it. You can use that information to your advantage and kill them before they kill you. I think that is, like, that room is the perfect example of understanding the individual rooms in the game and how enemies and reinforcements are programmed in those rooms and how they spawn and where they are going to be in those rooms. This is a room where you want to kill the veteran bulletkin first, for instance. This is a room where it doesn't really matter, you just gotta kill whoever you can first. Every room is gonna vary. This is a room where it's just a hammer, so you just run from the hammer. This is a room where we're gonna stay in the middle area, we're gonna kill the cubulon that spawns, and then we're gonna deal with the blobs as they make their way to us. We're gonna try to get them first, though. This room is a bit of a crapshoot. Let's see, this room, I think this room has no, this room does not have a hammer on it. Normally this room has 1 or 2 summomancers in the middle you gotta kill, but because we have homing piercing shots, it's pretty easy. This room is gonna have a reinforcement wave of jammed enemies. I think they're jammed, so we should be a little bit careful. The agonizer you deal with last. Yeah, there's the jammed guy. And then you just kind of hang out here. Keep the walls in between you and the enemies. And you know, all of this stuff that I'm talking, this room's gonna have reinforcement waves of just random dudes. They're not actually random, but they're just all garbage, so it's pretty easy. You know, all this stuff that I'm talking about as I'm playing, this is stuff that's always constantly going through my mind when I'm playing Gungeon. That there's all these different patterns and rooms that you have to deal with, and once you kind of understand them, you can more easily deal with the rooms. I'm just kind of verbalizing it now. I'm saying, hey, this is what I am thinking about as I go into a room. I know that an enemy is gonna spawn here. I know that I have to deal with this guy first. This room always has a big guy in it, and then there's gonna be 2 big enemies that spawn, but they're garbage and we can burst them down pretty quickly. And then just hide from the other one. So, you know, all this little knowledge that you rack up from a long time of play helps you. And it's not even about like getting good and dodging, it's more about if you understand what's gonna happen in the room, you can prepare for it mentally and, you know, through your target selection. Any room with saw blades, for instance, there's one exception, but most of them just have regular bulletkins in them. This room is basically just kill whatever's next to you and then just try to dodge the bullets. Don't dodge roll, just kind of walk around the bullets because all their shots are really slow. Yeah, there's a lot of like just little knowledge. I love that. I wish I had sold some stuff on the last floor. Dun-dun-dun. I have 2 floor 2 master rounds because a clone says Ash Ketchup. The cool thing about the clone in that situation that you're in right now is that there's an achievement for getting all 5 flawlesses, but you can get it with the clone for any flawlesses. You don't have to have 5 of the different flawlesses. They could be the same flawless, which is pretty good. Drum Clip is really good with Gunther, but I think I'd rather just have the cash for damage. Ligmay says, I believe if you want to fight in the boss room fast, always go up. I think the boss room always spawns at the top of the floor. That's not technically correct, but I think there is some truth to that. There's several boss fights in the game that have very specific layouts, and as a result, you will find that bosses tend to be like on the top half of a floor as opposed to the bottom half of the floor. That's not always correct, but like the dragon's an interesting one. There's so much room that you need for the dragon arena. You have to enter it from the bottom. You have to exit from the top. So it tends to be to the side or up so that there's room for the exit to be there. So there is some truth to the matter. It's not always just go up. But if you think about it, enemies like Wallmonger, they need a lot of space to the sides, so they're probably gonna be left or right. What the heck? That's the door. The High Priest, you have to enter from the south. The Bullet King and the Old King, you have to exit from the north. So these arenas tend to be up or to the sides. Ligmay says, I love how my name lives in Abe's head rent-free, lol. Is there a website for Gungeon like Platinum God for Isaac except the Gungeon Wiki? It's called Gungeon Wiki. For anyone still here, here's your actual Gungeon advice. Top tips for a get good player. Flip tables. Always be flipping. If you want to win, flip tables. They help a lot. They give you iframes. Yeah, and Link 5 is absolutely correct. Certain boss arenas, you know what you're going to be fighting because of the layout. You know, if you've got the map, you know, obviously you can kind of hint as to what you're going to be fighting, but in particular for like kill pillars, if you're on the 4th chamber and you're entering from the north side, guaranteed kill pillar fight. If you're entering from the left or right side, 50-50 Wallmonger, kill pillars depending on the room. Entering from the bottom, could be High Priest, could be kill pillars, could be it's not Wallmonger, so there you go. If you're on the Abbey, you're probably going to be fighting the Blobby Lord. Sorry, not the Abbey, the Oubliette. If you're on the Abbey, you're probably going to be fighting the Old King. If you want to get technical, you could probably skip it if you find a glitch chest, but can you find a glitch chest on secret floors? I actually don't know if that's something that can happen. I mean, I've only ever found like 5 of them. We're gonna have to 2-phase this one. Anyways, a lot of like real Gungeon talk today, which is a little surprising, but there you go. dun, 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 dun. Brr. It's a catchy name, to be fair, says the better player. Ligmazed is a great name. Better Player is a great name. Link 5 is a great name. Ash Ketchup is a great name. Just Sheriff's a great name. Mud's a great name. Everyone in my chat has great names. We done? Like, we got a lot of damage because of gilded bullets. Drum clip is nice, but whatever. I don't care about having to reload. Reloading takes like 2 seconds. Dun 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 dun. How come when I dodge vertically, they go off at different moments? When I dodge to the side, it's like instantaneous explosion. When I dodge up or down, it's dung 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 dung. Surprised by how well he keeps up with chat. Today's an outlier. He reads chat every 10 minutes normally, says Just Sheriff. Lies? I always read chat, I just ignore it most of the time. Get it straight! Especially when I'm playing Gungeon. Hey, here's another room, by the way. There's possible mid reinforcements of 2 frogs, pink ones. But the last wave of reinforcements is 3 enemies, whiz bang, shot grubber. The placement in the room is random, but the shot grubbers always last. So you want to focus down the 3rd enemy that spawns. This room, the reinforcement's going to be a red or a white, or red and yellow sorcerer if it happens, but we got none. This room, the reinforcement's just blobs, so it's pretty meaningless. Any room that's just filled with trash or garbage, like you don't need to care. But even in this room, out of the 3 blobs that spawned, the first one was the poop one. So you want to focus down the first enemy that spawns. In this room, you just focus down whatever you can. Ideally, ghosts. Dun 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 dun. I was gonna delete Sheriff's comment to protect you, Abe, but the delete button won't work. Yeah, I gotta believe that for a moment. Hey man, roll bombs, they sometimes work. Big May says, I hate hollow points. Call them by their real name, ghosts. Look at this guy, Ligmay, saying hollow point, like he's read the Wikipedia or something. Actually, it's probably not Wikipedia, it's probably Wikia. Yes, technically 2 different things. Yeah, go Team Gungeon, what is it? It's a freaking mustache? Fantastic. No, I read the book. The book. I know what book you're talking about, but it's funny for me to think, the good book of Gungeon. Ah, yes, the book. The Gunonomicon. I'm trying to make it my own thing. All right, reinforcement wave of 4 bullshit enemies. Well, no, there's only 1. That's really annoying. Also, language, Abe, language. Here's a room. Do you like every single mage in the game? I feel like sometimes this room takes longer and sometimes it's a very quick one. I don't know why. It's like sometimes some of those enemies die faster or you don't get like a reinforcement wave of mages, but we saw all the mages, I think. Oh no, you know what? I think we did skip a wave, didn't we? Now that I think about it. The Ammonomicon is a book that the Gunonomicon shoots. Oh. I like it. Dude, every once in a while, I like just rolling and exploding. Oh. Had some reinforcements there. Just Sheriff says, my stomach feels empty, but I just had pasta, so I don't know why. Should eat some more. Stomach hurts? Eat less then. Here's a situation, by the way, where I think it's kind of clear, and I should have looked at this, but I didn't, that the boss is probably going to be up because of the fact that there's more room up here. It's towards like a large open area. The boss fight's probably going to be up here. Could have easily been up there, but down is a path where it's probably not going to be. But there's no guarantee from that. These boss fights can be anywhere, man. They can be anywhere. But you know what? I have plenty of runs. Someone can take my runs, run a analysis of boss spawn locations using real world data and figure out optimal pathing strategies for boss fights. Surely in 2022 this knowledge will come in handy. Surely someone out there is like, I need an in-depth analysis of boss placements in Gungeon. Can someone provide that? Go to Stack Overflow. Don't worry, post it and then your question will be marked down. This was already answered. There you go. Dude, there's so much homing. Sollywall says, get a better stomach, Sheriff. True, should have specced into Vigor more. Oink. Sheriff says, my computer probably can't run. Sorry, I kind of mumbled that one. Just Sheriff says, my computer probably can't run Elden Ring without turning me into a suicide bomber. I find it so funny that Elden Ring, it's played relatively well for me so far, but I am in an area right now where if I look at the particle effects, my computer does lag. My frame rate dips. I can hear my fan going. It's trying, baby, it's trying. Thank you, roll bombs. Just the free way of clearing some bullets. There's a little Gungeon trick for you right there. Freaking roll bomb. Anyways, you're dead. Yo, good run. I mean, ultimately, this is like the perfect warm-up run. I didn't have to do anything. I just used Gunther. So, pretty good, pretty good. Classic, you know, making it look easy, I think, but, you know, you gotta have these every once in a while. We can't always, you know, find a Casey on our run. Anyways, good run, and for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Enter the Gungeon.